Hello and welcome to Play PKN, the weekly video bulletin of the top news stories on PKN Packaging News, Australia's media hub for the packaging industry. I'm PKN's publisher, Lindy Hewson, and this week's episode is sponsored by SMC. From carton infeeds right through to palletizing, SMC has you covered with automation products featuring world-class efficiency. SMC is more than pneumatics. In the lead story this week, and it's a big one, we provide a comprehensive update on the soft plastics recycling saga, with the news that the Soft Plastics Task Force, which is made up of major supermarkets Woolworths, Coles and Aldi, has announced the roadmap to restart, a plan to run a pilot soft plastics collection scheme in select stores to support a recycling program by the end of the year. Now, under the plan, an initial in-store collection pilot is anticipated to launch in late 2023, provided that REDcycle's existing soft plastic stockpiles, over 12,000 tons of it, can be cleared prior to that. The new program would then be gradually rolled out nationwide next year. However, the task force is unable to guarantee that enough domestic recycling capacity will exist by then to recycle the mixed polymers soft plastics, and there is talk of plans to export the waste to a reputable recycler, although that's not confirmed. Current infrastructure capacity is limited, as we know, through the REDcycle collapse. The task force says it has plotted the reinstatement of in-store collection of household soft plastics to match the projected gradual increase in Australian soft plastic recycling capacity over the next year, anticipating that new recycling operators will launch and existing processes will expand. Industry stakeholders have weighed in about the restart plan, and you can read our full report on packagingnews.com.au. But very briefly, here are the key sound bites. Minister for Environment and Water, Tanya Plibersek, acknowledges the problem needs to be tackled with support from government, but says it is also the responsibility of industry to step up. APCO CEO Chris Foley said a sector-wide approach is required to create a comprehensive soft plastics recycling system and stewardship. He said it's critical that a robust, lasting solution is delivered. Richard Smith of Amcor Flexibles Asia Pacific welcomed the roadmap to restart, saying he can see that industry is collaborating across the value chain to ensure circularity of soft plastics, and that continued investment in recycling facilities is a key enabler. Steve Morris, director at Close the Loop, said the company remains committed to continuing the recycling and reuse of post-consumer soft plastics in Australia from such retail programs as well as other sources. Australian Food and Grocery Council CEO Tanya Barden said the roadmap to restart has highlighted the importance of increasing Australia's soft plastics recycling capacity and developing end markets for recycling packaging content, noting that AFGC has a curbside solution currently in trial. Environmental lobby group Boomerang Alliance, however, remains opposed to voluntary action. Its CEO Jeff Angel said, "I don't think the community trusts the supermarkets and packaging sector to get it right on their own. It is absolutely vital that government regulates the sector." There will be more on this to come, no doubt, and we will cover it. Then to a recent incident at Qenos' Botany Olefins facility that's having repercussions down the supply chain for packaging manufacturers using polyethylene. In late February, a length of cooling water pipe failed at the Qenos Olefins plant. No one was injured. Luckily, the plant was shut down safely in line with the company's pre-planned procedures. The failure of the cooling water pipe caused external damage to the cooling tower, with the cause still under investigation. Fire and Rescue New South Wales and the police and New South Wales EPA were called to the site, along with Safe Work New South Wales, to ensure that all appropriate steps were taken to minimise the impact on local communities. But the facility has not resumed operation, and the shutdown understandably is impacting the company's ability to supply packaging converters with their regular volumes. And in some instances, as PKN understands from our sources, polyethylene demand will need to be supplemented from overseas sources. Well, on to some other news. Amcor and MCC were the two big winners at the annual Flexo Packaging and Label Manufacturing Association, that's the FPLMA, awards. Between them, they scooped all the Best in Show awards, with MCC, that's Multicolor Corporation, also picking up the Innovation Award. Amcor won Flexo Best in Show for its Cadbury's Dairy Milk job, while MCC won Label's Analog Best in Show for its Bundaberg Campfire Rum label, printed at its Queensland facility, and took home Label's Digital Best in Show for its Primal Shiraz wine label, printed in Melbourne. And then on to some interesting design news. Drinks brand specialist Denomination has launched a new label-less wine bottle design called Crate for fourth wave wines. Denomination's design does away with branding materials, all of them, and optimizes minimal packaging components. All the essential brand information is printed on the capsule. It will be interesting to see if this design idea does gain traction in a sector that is so driven by a visual appearance on shelf. And finally, and very quickly, to some event news. The provisional program is now available for the 2023 Australian Institute of Packaging Conference, which will be held on the 28th to the 29th of March at the Crown Promenade Hotel in Melbourne, Victoria. On day 2 of the conference, PKN Women in Packaging will host a panel session with 3 accomplished packaging professionals, Maria Besseril-Roman, Azadeh Yosefi and Annalie Milan, giving their perspectives to yours truly on future pathways to sustainability. And then this week, the World Packaging Organization has confirmed that it will be presenting the World Star 2023 Awards at a gala ceremony on the 6th of May during Interpack in Düsseldorf. Interpack is going to run from the 4th to 10th of March. PKN will be in attendance at the awards along with AIP delegates and Australian companies picking up their awards. We have scored no less than 19 from our region. Well, that's all from me this week. To get our newsletter in your inbox every week, head over to our website, packagingnews.com.au, to subscribe, and you can read more on these and other stories. Thanks as ever for watching.